We are live on this Monday. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on this Monday. Welcome in. Appreciate you guys being here. ABC 123. We're going to be live for probably an hour or less. Lemon J and Ozzy. Hello, hello, hello. Appreciate it. Hector. Yep, I just got home about an hour and a half ago. I was in a meeting. Maribel says to be calm. So I'm going to be calm. But it's who I am. What you see, what you get. Thank you so much, guys. I was in a meeting extra long today. Getting answers for the homeless people here in Las Vegas. I'm trying to stay calm. Sherry, how are you? And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff tonight. And I'll try to be as calm as I could. But guys, I want to just say this before I get started. Hello, hello, hello. I want everybody to remember one thing. We are all human beings. And before we get into the narcotics and the drugs and the alcohol, Mo, birthday tomorrow. Jenny and Maribel's is Monday. Take her down on Saturday. How about that? Yes. Janine's birthday tomorrow. 24. 24, Janine, right? 24 forever. Forget about it. That's good. We're all humans. That's good. Enjoy yourself. Treat yourself. Have fun. Hey, John, how are you? Guys, today I let them have it. I let the Democrats have it. I let the Republicans have it. I don't know if I'm welcome back. I can't hold back, and that's the way it is. I said some bad things to the Republicans and Democrats. I don't care. We're on this together. So we got National Guards. We watched it together this morning. Wow. We had 1,500 at one time on our live, so thank you so much, so much. And we picked up another 185 or so subscribers. That is great, because at the end of the day, it helps our channel continue our success. More people interact and continue helping out the homeless when we can and supporting this channel. So, and if anybody else's birthday is today or tomorrow or the day after, or any Leos, happy birthday to you and God bless. Ice Rage, yeah. What we're having now is National Guards. Now, I'm going to go over some of the pros and cons with Donald Trump. Because, guys, I think a lot of you subscribe to me because, you know I'm a Trump supporter, and I am. I'm MAGA. I still think we're in a better situation with Trump. But, there were some mistakes made today. As Maribel says, happy birthday, Janine, because mine is Monday. Maribel will be only 40. Shout out. We're going to go eat. We're going to go eat. We're going to go eat. Appreciate it. You are all amazing. Yeah. So I want to get into, we watched it together today. What'd you guys think? Because I think, Janine, I hate to put you on the spot. Janine had a great comment. Anyhow, and let's just say this. I did not hear any plans from Donald Trump that, oh, my way older. 40. Hey, Barbara, how are you? I think Trump lets his, he's driving that Lamborghini so fast. All right, when he said that if you walk into a dirty, if a kitchen, you go to eat, and the door is dirty. Not his father said it. May rest in peace. Donald Trump said it was great how he analyzed it. If you go to a restaurant, the door's dirty. There's probably that the kitchen's dirty and the service is not good. I get it. We all probably get it. But I get it. What he's referring to is the capital. We got homeless people. We got some crime. Crime is elevated. I don't know what the numbers are, guys. Some are telling me the numbers are up. Some are saying they're down. But let's not get off the topic. You can't have it. You can't have the homeless people in the parks. Can't have it. However, his words that come out of his mouth sometimes upsets me. But that's me. Who the hell am I? I think he should have said, again, he has no place to put them. He should just come out and say, we will be working on implementing other places. Because he did say that he was going to have doctors and psychiatrists, and I believe he still will. I really do, guys. I'm not just saying it to cover him up. I believe it. But on today, he's basically saying he uses an example, but I think what he should have said, hey, we are going to remove them. For those who don't participate, we might have to arrest them. But we're going to do all we can. See, crime and homeless is separate. We're going to do all we can for these people that have been on the streets from the previous administration. He didn't say it. I'm saying this. And we're going to take them. And yeah, I seen that, Janine. And we're going to move them to a open, building that's been torn down. We've been working on for months, but there was none of that on there. And if you're a Democrat or anybody, you're confused because, again, I keep saying you have to have plan B, C. My business, I always have plan B, C. He should have plan B and C. Plan B would be we have a place organized for them. Plan C is after we moderate them and get them the help they need for them, we'll go to plan C and get them into a Section 8 and get them jobs. But there's no plans. He might have a plan, knowing Trump, right? Guys, he's plays chess, but where the hell was it today? And then it got off topic, and that's not his fault. Reporters were asking him all this, that, whatever. I don't think he handled it in a professional manner, guys, Trump. I think there was another way to handle it. For me, it's only my opinion. We watched it together. I do know he's upset. We shouldn't have all that. People are there with the family and their kids walking around. And, regardless that these people need help, we got needles and stuff. Some of them are drug users. But here's the problem, guys. Before I go any farther, I don't like to judge. It's not that I know people will come on here, and I respect everybody's opinion. And here's the deal. Some people can take drugs. I don't encourage it. I did some things in the 80s, my wife knows. I was able to stop using my drug. We're all different. Somebody can drink tomorrow and be addicted. Other people can drink today, tomorrow, the next day, don't drink again for a week, So it's not easy. We are all in this together. So we should not blame and penalize those people that are using drugs. What we need to do is fix the problem. And for many, many years, we've tried and tried. And I'm not knocking anything, but we need to continue to try. I believe Trump wants to try, but sometimes I think Trump doesn't explain himself. He's lacking that. I want to be honest with everybody. I want to be honest. Just because I support Trump and I'm still with him, he needs to explain the situation. And I'm hearing this from Republicans and Democrats. Oh, we should just let him go. I heard today a friend of mine, somebody said, oh, just let him go. We don't need him. What do you mean we don't need him? Anyhow, that's their opinion. We need to help them out. Now, after we get them into these shelters and stuff, and if they continue to go back, we still should help. We got to continue to fight. Like a subscriber on here says, and friends of mine, all we can do is try. But it's a very situation right now in Washington that it is getting out of control because you have this. You have tents there at the parks. Now these are parks, and it's sad. So Trump wants to clean it up, and I just think that he's right. But where do you send him at? Where do we put him at? Do we put him in jail? I mean, our jails are overpopulated. That's not the answer, unless they do crimes. See, crimes is different. They're doing crimes, yeah. Do we put them in according to the police and the mayor, they're all filled. And I know they're Democrats, but I don't know if they're filled there, but I know they're filled here in Vegas.
I want to say something.
They're filled up, yes.
He got me mad today.
Yeah.
Okay. Trump probably had plan B.
Plan B, okay.
Plan B, he put it in somewhere. Okay. He probably don't want to let people know, because you know how the demonstration here, oh, this is not good, Trump, in front of the building. He probably have a nice private place to put it. Mm. And he said jail to people not do that. Right. People never agree here.
I agree.
So,
all right, but if he had plan B, Maribel, why didn't he say it today?
He don't have to say nothing. He had to be secret.
Right.
Don't make me.
So Maribel, my wife says,
I'm mad at you.
She's mad. She says, oh, he has a plan. She has a plan. He
said it.
Sorry, Trump has a plan. I know, but why didn't he say it like he just said?
Because the people, they always go in front of the building, demonstration and stuff.
I said I don't want him in front of the building. I just said that. I didn't.
Yeah, but people be like complain. Oh, let's.
I feel he has a plan too. I know he has a plan,
like,
but
he do anything.
all right, but I come in, say we watch it together.
Look what happened in California, all these demonstrations.
I agree.
No. People don't agree. The family, he maybe want a secret.
You're right, but okay, so you're saying it's a secret, but why not?
You cannot be doing people.
But shouldn't you announce it? Okay. But shouldn't you announce it on a press conference day when you have your National Guard? Shouldn't you come in and say, ladies and gentlemen,
he said it in the campaign. He said he would put tents.
That was the campaign,
and
but
he wanted to put people with doctors, people with mental health.
Yeah.
He said it. Why he have to say it again?
Because people need to know what the hell's going on. Because
people don't need to know nothing.
All right.
He know what he's doing.
There you go.
I know I agree with that.
Okay, well, I disagree.
You Democrat.
I'm not Democrat. I'm a Republican.
Yeah, okay.
Wife's yelling at me. Not yelling, discussing with me.
Yeah, because I get mad at you with that. That's not right.
Let's go Trump, clean it up. Somebody said, let's go Trump, clean it up.
Exactly.
My wife says exactly.
You can't even walk in the street.
Clean it up.
Like,
I'm not saying not clean it up, Maribel.
And drugs, no, and you have to clean that out. That's not a good sample for the kids or anybody. And anybody can be a homeless. Only I said he have a plan B. Trust me.
My whole chat just stopped.
Why?
Sal, my grandfather used to call that chin music. Oh, welcome in, guys. Hey, Lori says, Wagner, love you, Maribel. Guys, this is where you call live. Maribel has faith now.
Lori, I
Absolutely.
hear him and it made me mad.
Guys, this is what's great about a live versus fake news CNN, unorganized Fox News at times, Newsmax and what the hell they're talking. This is news. Listen, I think we're both right. Look, I agree with Maribel, and I know where a lot of you are thinking. Janine says Maribel is right. What I'm saying, what Maribel said was he said it already on his campaign trail, if you heard her, and he's already said he's going to help out and do this, and he is. But I would love to see him say it today in his speech for 10 seconds, 20 seconds. We are going to remove the homeless people. Not all of them do crimes. We're going to take those people and put them into a shelter for temporary 9 months, 6 months, until we can get housing affordable for those who want to work. How's that? That's what I want to hear as an American, but that's my opinion. That's what I like to hear. It's not knocking Trump. It's these are the words, because it affects, we're helping these people out here in Vegas. There's people helping the homeless in Washington. I do agree that they don't belong on the lawn and the grass and a mile away from the White House and the parks. You know, this is a tough situation. All right, I'm gonna read Lemon J. Great comment. Not all homeless are hopeless. Yeah. I don't think there's going to be, guys, on this live, I mean, there's going to be some out of control. I don't think you're going to have a wrong response. I think we're all right. It's a tough one. It's very complicated and tough. I do agree, not because I have to sleep in my bed. My wife, I do agree with Maribel. She makes a good point. I'm not just saying it. I really, she does make a good point. He has said it before, so she's right. But I think I'm right too, that I would love them to say something today. It's only because of this, guys. I tell you why I'm worried about this. I worry about the people. I worry about some of these homeless people who are really fighting for lives and had some bad luck. They're in their 50s or 60s, Maribel, and they want to know where to go next. That's a great comment. Rita, I like Ozzy's comment here. If you're on drugs or in public, I think you should be forced to get help. Yeah, that's a smart man there. Yeah. Maribel gives you a thumbs up, Ozzy. Yeah. So good, Ozzy. Yeah. Yeah, we're all, I don't think there's a wrong answer on this. We can go on and on for not all night long. We won't. It is a really touchy thing. It hits my heart because I see these people. And I know that they're reaching out. Some of them really want apartment, a hotel for a night, and I know what Trump intentions are. There's not a right or wrong. He wants to make it cleaner. He don't wants to fight crime. Crime is up. And, you know, whether the crime is down, up, I don't know the studies in Washington. It sounds like, for me, crime is up. I know they said it's down. I don't want to see this go back and forth with Democrat Republicans, because I like to say it's for all. You know, I'm a Trump supporter, but it's for the people. It's for, we need to help homelessness out. We need to get people in a better environment, and we can't help them all out. But I always like to say, okay, we have a place to go temporary. It's just my opinion. I'll read some comments here. But you know, it was a press conference that was strong. Judge Deneen, I'm not doubting it. It was everything that I want to hear. You know, we don't want these, I don't know how to say it on YouTube. What do they call them? We don't want to see bad men and women and people out there exposing themselves. I'm not referring to homeless, just people in general. But here's the thing. He's right. But we have to work on this mental illness too. No? Yes or no? So we need to work on that. We can't help out the whole world. You got some people who are just sickos, right? The way it is. But, you know, there's a portion of these people that I like to see get in a better place. Just motivate them a little bit and push them. I like to motivate. I am a personal fan. Motivate. Keep motivating. Keep pushing. If there's 10,000 people, I'm not saying there's 10,000 homeless. If we can help 5, that's great. Maybe we can help 10. And I think the answers are, like Ozzy says, you know, we got to help them. The ones on the street with drugs and stuff like that. But let's go back to the drugs, because there's drugs that I can't even pronounce. And even if I couldn't say it on YouTube. But what we need to do is to those people that are, some people can get addicted to certain drugs and alcohol, and other people don't. Some people can be on it for a couple months and get off it. We don't know about how the brain controls. You know, addictions can happen in many, many ways to all of us on here, whether it's drugs, alcohol, shopping, gambling, the list continues, eating, and so on and so forth. What I say is to try to counsel and try to help people out without giving other drugs on just, you know, different people speaking to them through counselors and psychiatrists. It's always good to do that. But we'll see what ends up happening with Donald Trump. We'll see where his plan is. If Maribel is right, he did mention on his campaign that I'm going to have a shelter with doctors and psychiatrists and work on that. And I think he just, for me, I think he should have shouted it out today. But Maribel, sorry, I'm just getting a call. But Maribel feels that no, he already did. He already did. And his campaign trail, and he's also said it months ago. So it's a very complicated situation at the White House tonight, I'm sure, as they're getting ready, I'm sure, to unwind and eat dinner and stuff like that. And I didn't mean that cocky. At the same time, these homeless people don't know where they're going to be, where their next meal is, and so on and so forth. And the National Guards are there, and, you know, pretty much they're going to be there to behind the police, and then the police are going to be telling these people that are living in these parks and streets, they're going to say, listen, we're going to have to move you where? See, that's what my thing is. Because if I was homeless, if any of us was homeless, God forbid, and we were on the streets in Washington or in Vegas where I'm at, and they approached me and they said, excuse me, sir, middle of the night or in the morning, you need to be moved. Okay, let me move. I got my tent. Let me go. Where would you like me? Where can I go? Right? Where do you want me to go? Well, we don't know. That way. Okay, where's that way? That way. Okay, where's that way? How about over to Baltimore? Okay, you're gonna move us to Baltimore. Okay, it's fine. How are you gonna get me there? See, that's what I'm trying to say. Where is that at? Where's the communication? But Maribel says, well, maybe it's a secret. He doesn't want to say. I don't know. All right, welcome in everybody. Complicated situation here once again. Not easy being president, but at the end of the day, these people are struggling. A lot of these people are very dire straits. They don't know if they're going to be with us tomorrow or next week. Some of them are going to be off the street. Some of them have the willpower and will wake up. And again, if you are homeless coming across this channel, our deepest prayers are with you and your family. And remember, only you can make that change. And I say now is the day to do it. And just change. You know, this is the time now to be in a better environment have that roof over your head. Remember, if you're homeless and you come on here, you can do it. You are beautiful, you're strong, you can do it. So, and hope that we can, man, we're in 2025, we're coming towards the end of the year. I would love to see more homeless people just be in a better situation. Just the word home, it's just sad. Nobody ever should be homeless on the streets unless they want to be in that environment or out in the nature life or something like that. Yeah, a lot of different comments on here. I just say this, guys, no hateful comments on anybody on here, interact with each other, disagree with me. If you're homeless, just buy a house. Now, I mean, think about what you just said there, so, all right. They are moving them to prison, somebody says. Connie, how are you? We have so many shut down businesses and warehouse sitting there. They could be used for shelter. Exactly, Lori. Exactly. Here in Vegas, there in Pennsylvania, in Alabama, I'm sure. And there's a lot of states that are not really, don't have a lot of homeless, right? There's some states that are heavily populated areas, homeless, like Oregon, Denver, California, parts of Philadelphia, Vegas, mega lemon J. So yeah, there's some states and cities just don't have a homeless problem. Puerto Rico has a bit of a problem now all of a sudden in Puerto Rico. All Democrat cities, somebody said. No, it's not all Democrat cities. Las Vegas is a Republican now. So, but welcome in. Appreciate you. Yeah. Patricia, welcome in. Yeah, interesting topic, guys. I just want to say thank you so much for being here and all the likes and subscribing. If you're new, let us know if you're new. It's expensive to eat, much less housing. We're kicked, and then they can now. Oh, excuse me. We're kicked the can down the road too long. Yeah. Yeah, amen, Ozzy. Amen. Hey, Neil, how are you? Welcome in. Gun Boots, welcome in. Yes. Hello, hello, hello. Hold on one second. My wife's saying something. Yes? Okay. Inflation is up and you got new tariff tax. Hey, Ryan, how are you? Everybody has different opinion, guys. Now listen, on this station, this is how every station can run it. I would just say this. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. And on this, there's not really a right or wrong. Just no hate. That's all. No, just be somewhat respectful. But there's not, on this topic, it can, so many mixed comments and feelings on this, on there. Like I said, I'm like in between on it. Because I get it. I don't want to go to the White House or go somewhere in Philadelphia or Vegas and the casinos or some and see, we don't want needles laying around and seeing exposed nudity to our kids, or not even the kids, to us. And the thing is, where do we do? But like Lori Wagner said, and a lot of people have said this before, there's plenty of broken down warehouses. Here in Vegas, there's casinos. They're not planning to open up. They closed down due to the pandemic or whatever it was. I say use and operate those. And I guarantee you, and I've said this on our previous live, if you asked 1,000 people to volunteer 4 hours a week that are doctors, psychiatrists, counselors, a nutritionist, or just people who just want to help financially with money, I guarantee you get 80%. I wouldn't want anything. Now, so some people say, well, I want something. That's fine. But even if you got a little bit, we need to help people. People need to help people. Now, we can't prevent crime. Unfortunately, you have crime. You're going to have people that just lose their mind. It happens. High IQs, lower IQs, whites and blacks, Hispanic, Italians. I say this over and over, gay, straight, bi, whatever. That we can't, it can happen. But people need to help people. We really do. I guarantee if we open up, like Lori alluded to, a warehouse, a casino, a church that's no defense to a church, maybe it's a Catholic church, a Lutheran church that's been shut down, they haven't demolished it yet. Can't our taxpayer money go to that? Can't we all contribute and keep the church open, for an example, and get the homeless people in there with showers and help them out and say, okay, here's what you got. You got 6 months to get off that drug. We are going to counsel you. We're going to motivate you. We're going to help you with nutrition. We're going to give you a bed to sleep, an air conditioner in the summer, a heater in the winter. And in 6 months is our goal. I'm just saying 6 months, maybe 3 months. 6 months, 3 months, a year. What do you guys think? Yes or no? Y or N? And then after that, you go out. We're going to even get you into a nonprofit where they're going to take 30% of your check for 1 year. Stay with me, guys, for a whole nother year. So if you get Social Security, $1,200, whatever you do, we're taking 30% for 1 year in the apartment, nonprofit, with a phone, a TV, a light, and that, right? Now they got responsibility. You pay for your electric, you work, you're off the street. You get it? Now, step 3, you're on your own. We'll even help paying for your moving to get you an apartment. At least now we tried, right, Ozzy? No? We tried. We got the 6 months rehab. We got a year of 30% of your check. I'm saying 30%. I think 50 is too high. 30, 40, 20, whatever. Now you got a year. We're gonna drug test you every week. We're gonna test you for certain alcohols. They gotta live, but test them. For those who are alcoholics, we're gonna test you for alcohol. For those who are on narcotics, we're gonna test. If you fail, but that's what we need to do. Putting them in jail is not the answer. Putting them in jail is not the answer. Unless they do something bad to the police. If they're asked to leave that location and a homeless grabs the police, they're going to be in jail. And that's where I have a problem. And I know, give it to me, hit me, let's go. I have a problem. Wait a minute, where do I go? Where do I go? And the National Guard, boom, 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 in jail. That's my worry, but that's my opinion. Now, if they nudity, throwing needles at them, pushing, yeah, but I don't know. We'll have to see where this all ends up at, guys. This is a big topic for me. This is some of these states and cities that are heavily homeless. It very is. So I was in a meeting today. I can tell you this. There's a fence where I go. I think I told you this, guys, a lot in Las Vegas. I'm Sal. By the way, if you're new to the channel, come on in. What we're talking about today is homelessness, the executive orders Trump had, National Guards, I believe 800 in Washington. He's called out the mayor. They're lying about the crime. Crime has escalated according to Trump and the numbers out there. You guys can debate on that. And where we're at right now is a complicated situation because Trump wants them removed because they're in parks in the front of the White House, not right in front of the White House, but around that area, and it's uncomfortable for people. And Trump used an example today, so I'm with Trump on this. But what we're discussing, if you're coming in, where do we go? Where do we put these people out? Do we just put the homeless in jail? Do we relocate them? Or as my wife says, Trump is secretly has a plan, but he's not telling the media. Maybe Maribel's right. But still, I like to know where they're going to be. And that's what we're discussing tonight. I'm Sal, I'm your host. We do help out the homeless here, guys, in Las Vegas. All the memberships proceeds 100% help out, at least here in Vegas a little bit, where we can go ahead and give them food. Sometimes we make homemade food. Anyhow, that's what we do on here. That's why it's important for me, and I'm trying to stay somewhat calm on this because I am a Trump supporter, but I'm not afraid to call him out when I should. And I don't know if I'm calling him out. I'm just saying how he could handle it. So Maribel thinks I'm calling him out, but I'm not calling him out. I just think he can handle something different. He could have said things a little different today, but that's my opinion. Yeah. Well, what do I know? You know, it's not easy. He's done so much good for this land. He's done so quickly cleaning our borders up and making peace and negotiating and trying to end this war with Putin. I think he's going to accomplish that and taking away the nukes. You know, at the end of the day, I continue to say this, guys. He's doing an amazing job. You know, you have that or you have the previous. Well, certainly I want what I have now. But, you know, I don't think it's bad, Maribel, to disagree on how to speak sometimes to the media, and forget the media, to us, and clarify what you want to do. Am I right or wrong? I don't know. Oh my God.
Dad, look.
On your head.
The Canors.
Should I show them? Get in front of the camera.
The Canors are here. Oh my God. Are you in the White House?
I'm in the White House. It's a green. It's a green screen, so I'm in front of the White House right now, in the nation capital that Trump's trying to clean up the homeless area.
The Boxy twins.
Hey, Billy, yeah, you got the parrots on our head. Yeah. I'll read some comments here. I appreciate you guys being here tonight. We are in front of the White House. Actually, if you're just coming in, if you're just coming in right now, you see the title, the homeless, and new executive order, and Trump is handling the National Guards because the mayor there is not compromising with Trump and wants to kind of clean up the area for crime, any kind of crime, and people, how they're dressing and stuff like that, with their pants down, this, that, whatever. I agree on all that and most of it, and but at the same time, we have a homeless problem, and there are parks which they doesn't want. He wants it to be cleaner, and we still don't know what locations. That's what we're talking about on this live. And thank you so much for everybody who's new. Try to keep it real. You know, there's no hiding. This is live, and you can see my wife disagrees on some of the things I'm saying, and agrees on some other things I'm saying, like us on here. And that's what's great about this channel. Every channel is different, but just because I'm a Trump supporter or MAGA, you know, we should be able to discuss these things. And again, I'm not disagreeing with this. It's just complicated. All right. We got dogs and we got parrots. So welcome in. All right. Epstein files are coming in. So anytime I do lives, the Epstein file. Now I got plenty of Epstein live videos. At least 6 to 8 of them. So if you want to hear some of those, go to those, or there's plenty of Epstein videos, I'm sure, as I speak. Go to them. We're not discussing the Epstein files tonight. George, so you want them on the street instead? I don't know what you mean. I just said I don't want them on the street. Did I say that? Or are you talking about somebody else? All right, let's continue. So we have 420 in this chat. Thank you so much. Happy Monday. 74 likes. Appreciate you guys for being here. Hey, Billy. George Washington is in the house. George Washington. Great president. Yep, I hear you, Lori. Dorothy, how are you? God bless. Viva MAGA. Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Chris S. says, why don't you see all the lies? Welcome in, Chris. Somebody says you can't see how bald he is. Me or Trump? What's up, Frank? Deport the homeless, somebody says. Deport them where? Where are you going to deport them at? Where would you deport the homeless? I'm asking. Yeah, Laura, you know, I'm sure, yeah. Yeah. To Israel. Somebody says to Israel, to Mexico. So the question was deport, somebody was saying deport the homeless. They're saying Israel. Richard, thank you. Appreciate that. Move the homeless to Beverly Hills in Mexico. Well, they have a serious problem right now in the California area. You know, so that's not the answer, right? So the answer is not to move them. Well, the answer is to get them off the parks, like Trump says. But to move them, I know some of these people are just talking out of their ass. But to move them to another location doesn't really help too much. That's why I'm doing this live, actually. You got to move them to everything I just said, a rehab for a couple months, and then get them into a year of a nonprofit or to a taking some of their money, just to make it better. Moving them is just not going to do anything. Putting them in jail is not going to do anything unless they do a crime, right? Just because they refuse to move and put them in jail, I don't think that's the right answer either. But that's, what do? They refuse to move. It's not the police. They're gonna put them in jail, and we have overpopulated jails right now. I mean, you know. Let's see. Somebody said about Florida. Let's read John. John says Florida has it right. Most of the homeless vets move them into a refurnished hotel. John, yeah, I mean, there you go. Something like that. At least for the vets, right, John? Yeah, and you know, and everything I said, John. I don't know if you just came in. I like that they're doing that in Florida. That I didn't know. But not just the vets, even those who are clean or who want help. I like that. That would be good. So do you have a percentage, John? Because I'm out there helping these people, and people have just lost their husband and lost their wife and lost a child, and they have other kids, but they don't want to depend on them. I talk to these people, and they're kind of lost. And I know a lot of people say, well, get over it. Some people just don't get over it. You know, my mom we lost my brother. My mom hasn't gotten over it. She's not homeless at all, but you know, she's a mess. She doesn't leave anyhow. It's not easy for a percentage of them. It's not easy for any of us. For any of us, life's a challenge. But most of us, life is a challenge. Never forget it. But most of us could overcome. We can reach deep down inside, and we can not be out on the street. We're strong enough with a couple deep breaths in a day or a week or two, correct? To overcome. I'm not a psychiatrist, but we can overcome it the way the brain, the mind is set. Then there's some of us who escape through an addiction, alcohol, food, narcotics, whatever it might be, other things I won't say. And then we overcome that. Then there's other people who just are fine. They don't need anything. You know, somebody passes away, something happens, and they're like, boom, okay. And then it hits them later. So we're all different. So it's a complicated situation, but homeless can happen to any of us at any time, God forbid. Sabrina had a good idea. I missed it. Thank you for being here, Lori, and interacting. I appreciate all my moderators. Thank you so much, Janine. And once again, happy birthday, Janine. Not today, but tomorrow. Sal, don't rush it. And thank you, Lori. I think I seen Mike M in the house. Richard, maybe. Crystal, I don't know if I seen you, but if you're here, thank you for the moderators who are here on every live, some of them. Appreciate it on behalf of me and Maribel and all, I'm sure I'm speaking among all my subscribers, older, newer, and just new. Thank you so much, moderators, so we can continue. I really mean that. I know I say, but I probably don't say enough. That we're able to, I can conversate, have a conversation, and get these points across. So thank you, moderators. Now, if you're new, let us know if you're new, if you're comfortable, which city or state you're coming in. And you can also, if you feel comfortable, let us know how homeless is. For an example, I'm in Florida. Homeless is under control. You know, I'm in St. Petersburg. It's not under control, Florida. You know, maybe I'm in Denver, and it's out of control. You know, maybe I'm in Alabama, and it's not too bad. So just let us know if you feel comfortable. All right. The economy makes people homeless. Chris S., first of all, thank you for that comment. You're not wrong, but you're not right. You know what I mean? Homeless can make the economy, sorry, Chris, the economy can make people homeless. I see it because I help them out. And I think the pandemic that I'm not going to get into, I keep promising we're going to do a live on that, did a lot of people in. Never got their unemployment check. So Chris, economy can lead to that as well. Yes. So, thank you, Lori. Yeah. Where's that? Israel? New from the state of Israel homeless. Oh, is it? Portland's bad. Hey, Larry, how are you, Larry Adams? Florida has a very low unemployment once we got it. Sean says so we need more opportunities available. Cynthia, how are you? Appreciate you. Hello, Bobby. KC, how are you? George Washington. Gaza for sure. Appreciate all of you. Somebody said deport Trump. Cybertruck, welcome in. National Guards. So Trump has got the National Guards to back up the police department, and in case there's any problems or crime, they will put them in jail for a night or two. Hold on, guys. My daughter is yapping in the background. My daughter, I gotta close the door. Yapping, yapping. All right. A lot of homeless people there. Stephen Prince once again used the old military bases to detox. I already love that comment already. And then assign them for a farm, AG jobs, or WPA program. Stephen Prince. That's a great comment and a great point. Stephen Prince. Read that comment, guys. Go back 2 or 3 or 4. Great idea. Matter of fact, a high five fist bump. I like that a lot. I think he said at the end farms and stuff like that. In fact, somebody else told me that today. I actually like that a lot. So those are the things, encourage people to work. By the way, working's good for you. Some people can't work. And it comes to a point where you got to retire, right? But working's good. It keeps the mind going. I mean, there's people that are 7, 8 years young who work and they don't have to. So, but a lot of times people kind of just get hypnotized on. There's a lot of different reasons why people are homeless, guys. But, but we need to make it easier for people to work. And I don't mean there's not jobs. That's not the question. But the old days. Man, I'm getting old as hell. The old days, Janine. Why me, Sal? Lemon J. We walk in with a suit and a tie or a beautiful dress. And the women put their makeup on. And you walk in. Good morning, good afternoon, a handshake. What's your experience? What do you know? What do you hear? What do you see? And you sell yourself. You sell yourself, Mike, right? You sell yourself like, yeah, you want that job. Now you got to go on the line, put in your credentials. I know it sounds, well, Sal, that's easy. Put in this, that, whatever, Social Security. Do you have a credit card? Do you have an address? Do you have a place to live? And that's where the homeless will go, blah, blah, blah. I don't have a place to live. Guess what? They don't hire you. See, that's our problem. You should be able to walk in, be presentable. You know, I would love to do that. Help these homeless, look clean, get in there. I want to work. Okay, we're going to pay $15 an hour. Is that good? Yeah, I want to work. Okay, boom. We got to make it easier. Bring back the old days. Bring back the old days. Some ridiculous comments, some very good comments on here. So thank you for the great comments and being respectful. And then there's some that just, I don't know. No, I'm not a politician. Yeah. The mixed opinions on this topic tonight. If you're new, like and subscribe. Welcome in. Appreciate you. God bless you and your family. God bless Donald Trump. God bless the homeless people, and let's hope the best for them, and we get this sorted out, because it is overpopulated. They are in parks. They're in streets. Here in Las Vegas, they're down there. Fremont, if you haven't been there. I'm out there. Me and my wife, with the help of a lot of people on here, feeding the homeless, taking care of the homeless when we can, trying to motivate them and get them into some of these facilities, nonprofit, and they're getting full. 750,000 of homeless, huge task. And so I see them on the street and I talk to them, and Maribel talks to them, but now they have a fence so they can't be on the street. And I'm not saying I agree or disagree. And they're putting them into some of these shelters, and the problem is they're filled here in Vegas. I don't know about Washington. I can't speak for Washington, but they're filled here. And according to the representatives and the people, senators and the governor, they haven't got any, according to them, they haven't got any funding yet from Donald Trump. Now, like my wife says, maybe it's coming, maybe it's not, maybe they're lying, I don't know. But regardless, they're filled. So we need to, have, I'm hoping, I can do that. That would be a dream. If I can get, I might need help, I have a client who talked about it. Brian's his name. Shout out to Brian. He's very wealthy. He's a good man. To have a nonprofit, and even that though, say we can get a 500 and 1,000. That's not going to be enough, but it'll be a start. So I hope before I leave this planet, this earth, that we can get a little bit of a chunk. I'm sure a lot of people do. I'm sure a lot of people would agree that we need to help out, particularly the vets who fought for this country. What a damn shame. And I have other military friends of mine who say, well, Sal, I disagree with you, and I'm okay. They're like, they get the help. I'm like, okay, they get money. I understand that. They get the help. Okay, but do they get the help as counseling? Do they get the right help? Yes or no? I don't know. But our vets who fought for this country, it's sad. They fought for this country and they're on the street. And we wouldn't be on the live. We wouldn't be able to watch TV, go out to eat if it wasn't for our veterans, our men and women. And there's a lot of us, I'm sure there's a lot of vets on here right now. Don't be shy. Let us know you're a vet. Never be shy. We thank you for, fighting for our country. And it doesn't make sense that in 2025, hey, laughs, that we have a homeless problem with the veterans as well. Upsetting. Oh, Michelle, very nice words. I piggyback on that, Michelle, just like I said. And don't forget about homeless children. Yes. You know, I don't do it for YouTube, but yes, it's so who said that? Whoever said that, thank you for saying that. Um, I think it was Joshua. Don't forget about our homeless children, Lori. Yeah, they're out there too. Animals, dogs, there's cats, you know. They have animals. You know, they lost their house, they lost their apartment. It releases their stress, you know. We helped out the animals too. We help out them too. We bring food. We try, you know. So if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. I have a lot of shorts, and no, I am not, I mean, looking at the camera about views or anything like that. But if you want to watch a few of them a day when you're off, go watch. You'll get a tear in your eye. You'll get a joy in your eye. You'll get some laughs. Some of them are very, they're interesting. They're funny. They have a good sense of humor, in better words. Good sense of humor. So, oh, Dawn, how are you, Dawn? Appreciate you, and thank you. Thank you for attending this live. Appreciate you. Hopefully you subscribe. And we're live every day, guys, talking the latest topics. And you might hear me say I'm a Trump supporter, and I am. But I'm not afraid to debate and discuss him. That's just me, because I know the previous administration did not work. But I'm all open, guys, because I have called them out. You heard my wife earlier. So she disagrees on some of the things I say, but that's who I am. Doesn't mean I don't support Trump, and he is in the right. I really mean this. He's doing a lot of good, but I have no problem when you should disagree on somebody you put in power. It doesn't matter. My opinion. We vote them in, and we should be able to debate when they do something that's not, in my eyes, correctly done. And I don't mean correctly done. So I don't want everybody to be like CNN, put words. I don't mean correctly done, not remove. I'm not saying he should not remove them from the parks. Can't have it at all. I'm not disagreeing on that. Where I'm disagreeing or I debate is I like to have plans to get them in another area and relocate them. There you go, into a facility. But as my wife says, it's a secret. You know, he has a plan. He doesn't need to tell us. So she's not wrong either. All right, I'll read a few more comments. Thank you for being here. We hit 100 likes, 101 likes. Lemon J, I think I forgot about you tonight. Thank you, Lemon J, for being here. I'm sorry, Lemon J. Sometimes I forget one or two. Please never take it personal if I forget anybody on here or moderators. I think I said hello to Ozzy, Mike M. Thank you, Dawn. The truth is no secret. Appreciate it. All different opinions. My own wife. Everybody has a different opinion. Everybody. Appreciate the likes. Lori agrees with you, Timmy. If you didn't see it, Lori Wagner agrees with you, Timmy. Appreciate all the hearts that you guys are putting in. Thank you so much. Richard's here. Oh, thank you, Richard. Yes. Yeah, not easy. You know, we had a lot. We have a lot in today. We had a lot earlier. Wow, 1,500, you know, and it's great. I like that. I like it. Yeah, it's my Trump haircut, Brandon. You got to laugh a little bit. Thank you, Mike M. Appreciate that. Yes, so we have these memberships for $1.99, low price of $1.99 if you like. Proceeds go to the homeless. Speaking of homeless, we've been covering now the last two videos this morning and today. We'll probably cover it again one or two more times in the next couple days. Proceeds go to help fight homeless a little bit here. Only if you can. If you can't, we appreciate the like and subscribe and your support. Doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, or you don't care about politics. This is an area of their people, and it's a very complicated situation on how to handle it. But then again, as the comments I'm reading tonight, it's not so complicated. There's been some great ideas on what we can do, but, you know, it's a lot of it's money, fuzzles. I'm referring to the nonprofits and trying to get them started. I know there's a hell of a lot of money in that White House from the previous administration, and there's a lot of money from this administration. that they can very easily, in my opinion, put into helping out the homeless. Now they're talking about rebate checks, and I think we might get it. People under 100,000, 150,000 paid into taxes from not Doge, but from tariff tax. And I don't want to get into the tariffs. I already voiced my opinion on that multiple times. How about they increase that? How about for me, they could take my $600 and give it to the homeless. But I'm speaking for me. But how about for some people, how about $800 and take $300 and give it to the homeless? I mean, there's all kinds of things they can do. I'm only speaking for me. There's a lot of things they can do. I think a lot of people would agree, or take some of that money in the big, beautiful bill and all the money that was from the previous administration that was to war and Ukraine and more missiles and for Sesame Streets in other country and condoms and a bunch of bullshit. Excuse me, a bunch of bullshit just going all over the place. They could have very easily put 10, 15% in some of the big cities for homeless. California and Vegas and Denver and the rest of them. You know where they're at. So that they can do this. They can do it. And maybe Trump will. Maybe he will. And I'm not being cocky on that. I'm hoping. So, and like Maribel said, my wife, he did say he's going to get these buildings open in states and cities. So we'll see. Chat is on point tonight. Hey, Lori, I want to say something. Thank you. I mean that. It's not on notice for your communication, chat, and I hate to say this, but everybody's unique in their own way. We have Lemon J filling us in with information. You guys can never do wrong. Wow, I'm overwhelmed on how well you guys are. I really, Richard, Mike M, you guys are all unique in your own little ways. Amazing. I mean, looking at the camera, it's amazing. Everybody, Crystal and Isabel and her how she handles the situation in the chat and how supportive she's been on this channel and helping out time after time, along with her daughter and people you don't see behind the camera. Shout out to Aaron and of course my wife. You don't see much. She should be on here more. My daughter and so many. Ozzy, the big supporters, and it's amazing, amazing. I'm missing a lot of people. I know, lots. Paul, and the list continues. Oh, I think so. Lori, and you hear other stations real quick, and they'll say, I have the best mods. And I know what you guys are going to say. No, I have the best mods. No, when a station says, yes, I do. But when a station says they have the best mods, that means they do. That means he or she has great mods. Whether they're 2 mods, 6 mods, that's good. I like hearing that on behalf of the other YouTube channels. Giving $30,000 for house until illegals is a big problem. Yeah, and Ozzy, Janine, I hate to put Janine on the spot. I don't know if it was Janine or Lori or it was somebody earlier. I think it was Janine. If you don't mind me saying this, was right on point, who said, we give out, and Janine wasn't knocking Trump at all. So, and I know you're not, but Janine said something in the terms, we help out the migrants, meaning the previous administration with, she didn't say hotels, but I'm going to say we help out the migrants, but here it comes to the homeless people, and where's the help? I think Janine said in the lines of that, meaning she wasn't knocking Trump, but she was just saying, how about we help out our own people? It's about time, because we gave them cards, credit cards, $800. We paid for their phones, and why say we? Our taxpaying money, right? On there, and we can't help out the homeless or do more. Sorry, do more for the homeless. I mean, yeah, right on point, Ozzy. Right on point. More needs to be done. More needs to be done from the Democrats, Republicans, and Trump. And while our vets were on the street, yes. So, yeah. Maribel just gave you a thumbs up, Janine. Not for the birthday. That too. Yeah, she agrees. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense because this is where, Maribel, you agree, all need to get together. Trump, independents, Democrats, Republicans. On this here, they need to get together. This should be an all-in-one. This should not be knocking each other. It should be an all-in-one helping out our American people that are homeless. Period. And try. And if they don't get help or they commit a crime, then you lock them up. Fair? Unfair. That's it. Help our own people out. It's about time. Help out people from Mexico, Venezuela, and other parts of the world, Africa, wherever. Italy, Ireland, they come here illegal, all of them. I mean, majority of what I just said in the beginning. And give them hotel with air conditioners and in summer and heat in the winter. And we forgot about our vets, Janine, and our homeless. No. So it's time to start helping out. All right, MG, welcome in. Appreciate your comment. Appreciate everybody. Joshua says, help the homeless, period. Well, I add the period, but I think he agrees. Joshua. Juliet and Jimmy V. Hi, how are you? Welcome in. God bless you guys. I appreciate all 107 likes. If you're new, like and subscribe. Richard, if the Democrats and Republicans in the House and the Senate were hand in hand, they take care of our own country and not the whole world. Richard, our moderator and loyal subscriber from day one. Thank you, Richard. Thank you so much for being here. We'll stick around a little bit longer. Our second live today. If you're new, we are live around this time during the weekdays and weekends a little earlier. Like and subscribe. We appreciate it. And we do talk a lot, breaking news. But at the end of the day, we do help out the homeless when we can on this channel, at least here in Las Vegas metropolitan area. But I encourage a lot of people to help out and use your own judgment in your neck of the woods. If you see somebody, use your judgment, help them out. Wait a minute. If you're coming on, what do I help them out with? Money? No. Give them a sandwich, conversation, a cup of coffee, a water, or a smile. Smile doesn't cost a penny. A smile, hi. You know, I think it's not, I was going to say it's the right thing to do. It's just a human thing to do, you know. But that's up to you guys. But use your own judgment. Vegas is okay to be homeless. You all have great buffets out there. Not many left. There's only 2-3 buffets left out here, but I get you. I get you, my friend. Nacho Pancake, what's going on? Love how you do that, like and subscribe like that. I really do. Yeah. I seen that timeout, Richard. Thank you so much, Richard, for taking care of that. Ruth Connor. Hello, Ruth. God bless you. A lot of professional beggars around scamming people. Ruth, you're 100% right. You probably thought I was going to disagree, right? No, you're 100% right. You have that. You have scammers. You have scammers in general. So, yes, it's a shame, Ruth, because not all of them are. But you're right. You know, some of them are making more money than we all make together. So you're not wrong, Ruth. And thank you for that comment. Ruth. Beautiful name, too. Andrew, how are you? Stop getting distracted. No, I got water. I got water. What's up, Latino? Aware 24. Good buffets in Vegas. A lot of them are gone. There's a few left, but you got to be paying $85, $90 for one. Bill, how are you, Bill? In 1992. A lot changed here, Joshua. But I'm sure you heard that already. Narco says hello. Scott, how are you? Peter. James says clown. James wants to get that out of his system. You have any more? Is there any more water? All right, I got one. I got it. Joshua went to gambling school in Flamingo. Oh my God.
I'm cleaning it around.
Maribel cut her finger, had to get to the hospital. No stitches.
Okay, I have stitches. I don't
Does
know.
it hurt?
No, I just cleaning the blood around.
Yeah, Circus is still here in Vegas. Hey, Jill, how are you, Jill? Barely hanging in there. Hillary Lister says, I hopefully I pronounced that name. Most folks, and read that comment, it went away, but I think it was about most folks can be homeless on a paycheck. Yes, Hillary. You're exactly right, Hillary. Thank you for putting that in there, Hillary. You're right, Hillary. 100%. Peter, how are you? Homeless shelters, a lot of them get filled up. Why is he removing them? Hold on, this is a good question here. Bennett Martinez. First of all, God bless you. How are you? And good question. Why is a great question. Why is he, meaning Trump, removing them all of a sudden and only in Washington? Well, first of all, it's not only in Washington. Was it Susan? It's not only in Washington, and he's implemented this a few weeks ago, Maribel, a month ago.
What?
The homeless.
Wow.
And so it's not just Washington because of the crime. I'm reading Ozzy's comment. I'll go back to Susan's in a minute. Right. Yes, Ozzy. Susan, it's all states here in Vegas because we help out the homeless here, and there's a big green fence. So he wants the governor, city officials, and major crime and homeless areas I like to say relocate. And I think Trump did say that back in the day, Maribel. But I don't like to say clean it up. Cleaning's not good. Yes or no? What do you like? Relocate them in a better shelter. Everything we've been talking about. So no, in Washington today, because it was getting out of control, according to Trump, and they needed help from the National Guards. But no, this is something that he is addressed this morning on Monday. We covered it. But thank you for the question. Tony says hello. Hello, Tony. Appreciate you being here. I think he's doing it for I think he's doing it because of what he said today, guys. Here's what it is. It's getting a little deep. First of all, a lot of presidents haven't really done much for the homeless, right? And actually including Trump. Let's just be honest. He's doing it because he's trying to make peace right now, a ceasefire with Russia, stay with me, and Ukraine. He's trying to show other countries, because let's face it, in other countries, some countries is a lot worse. He's trying to set an example that we can't have number one, you can't have the crime, particularly in any state. In Alabama, in Florida, in Vegas, in New Jersey, in Philly, South Philly, Staten Island, Puerto Rico, Alaska, whatever. But in the capital, like Trump said, a dirty door means there's probably a dirty kitchen. It just doesn't look good. He wants it to look presentable. It's been locked down, beat up, crime, and crime has escalated. I know crime has escalated because I live here. 2 houses down, I live in a decent area, and crime has escalated. It's escalated everywhere. I don't know if the numbers are high or low, or if Trump's off or not. I'm not going to argue. We know it's up. So he's trying to relocate, and get some of the crime out of there. It doesn't mean the homeless people, some might be making the crime. It's just the regular people. Nuts. People want crime. Whatever. So he's trying to keep it look presentable, clean. It's the Capitol. It's where the 48th president's at, Donald Trump, and then the future president, who could be Democrat or Republican. He's trying to do the right thing. And again, it doesn't always come out of his mouth correctly, right? Maribel thinks I'm hard on him. All right. But that's what this is about. That's what this is all about right now. So, lovebirds don't peek, aka how are you? Good to see you. Hopefully you're feeling good. and your son, God bless you, and your husband and your family. Appreciate you stopping in. Thank you so much for your support. We have 116 likes. Thank you so very much today for all. Now we have all the moderators in here. Almost all. Almost all. Janine says, I love birds. So thank you so much for being here. Everybody tonight will stay live. If you don't want me to continue live a little bit longer, put a 1 or 2, I'll get off the air. When you get a chance, Maribel, or I can get it. We'll stay live. Kathy says 1, we'll stay live. Hey, Kathy, thank you for that membership. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. Says 1, so we'll stay a little longer. Don't peek. I hope everything's well. Hope you're doing well. Richard says stay a little longer. Number 1. Thank you, Richard. Kelly says number 1, stay a little longer. And, of course, don't peek just came in. Joyce, how are you, Joyce? Amy. Hello, Amy. How is Amy tonight? Appreciate everybody here. Yeah, we'll stay a little longer then. Robert says, no, I had enough. Lori says 1. Richard, thank you. I seen that. Thank you very much, Richard. Another lunatic, somebody says. Another lunatic. So, yeah, if you're just coming in, we have an interesting topic here tonight, and we're covering this a little longer because we do help out the homeless on this channel when we can. And today's topic, if you haven't heard, Trump is pretty much relocating the homeless people in Washington, D.C., and he's also encouraging and implemented laws to the states of Nevada and California. And then it's up to the governor now to pursue it. Now, in California, you're dealing with a Democrat, I got to be careful, Gavin Newsom. Mike, are you still here? I got to be careful how to say his name because I got penalized before. But I could say this, a governor who's been terrible, very bad, and I'm hearing this from Democrats and Republicans. Anyhow, some states that are run, like our governor, who's Republican, says you can say that. I can't, by the way. Oh, good. Well, I guess that's good. Don't peek. You don't have to explain. Thank you. That's good. I guess that's good. And so here in Las Vegas, they're implementing that law to put up the green fences and keep the homeless off the street. However, according to people I'm talking to, they haven't gotten the funding from Trump administration to relocate them into a better place to live off the street. So that's where we're at in today's topic. If it's a Democrat state run, probably not going to do any much for it. Now, that's going to be up to Trump now to implement National Guards. I don't know if he's able to do that in other states unless there's riots or something like that. We'll have to see. But if it's a Republican state, like it is here in Nevada, they can agree or disagree. And our governor is agreeing with Trump. And we haven't got National Guards here, but I see it on boots on ground. There's not many homeless around. They are, but they're relocated in other parts of the streets and arteries and other areas, and they're actually going in the backyards of people. It's just out of control. So that's where we're at if you're just coming in. Complicated, mixed emotions, comments from everybody. I mean, I can just tell there's Republicans disagreeing with Republicans, Democrats disagreeing with Democrats, people just disagreeing with other people. I know one thing for sure, a lot of us agree, is we got to continue to help. And I don't mean on here, but continue to help people in general. Not just homeless people, people that are just getting by. It could be your neighbor, a senior citizen, an elderly. You know, we got to do more of that when we can. I like the old days, bringing over a pie. You okay? Knock, knock. You need some water? How about some coffee, some Maxwell House? You know? How about your window? You need that window fixed? I'm a carpenter. I can do it. Oh, I'll pay you next week. No, how about you just send me over some cookies? That's what we need to bring back, the 70s. Helping each other out. Not just the homeless. Helping out our neighbors. You know? I can't fix a window, but I can help them out in other ways, you know? It doesn't mean money all the time. What's wrong with that? If we get back to that, Democrats, Republicans, down the middle, all race, we can get back to that. Woo! Sky's the limit. We need to get back to that. That would be great. That would be great. I remember those days. I remember my grandmama. The woman would come over. My grandma was named Rita. Another Italian lady come over. Hey, you okay, Rita? Your grass hasn't been cut. Yeah, we haven't got around to it. We're going to take care of your grass this week. Are you? No. We're going to take care of it. And then next month, my grandma will take care of her on something else. That's what we need to do. I'm off topic, but I'm not off topic. It's helping out people. That's what the presidents of both sides need to do. They need to help out the people, whether they vote them in or not. It's about us, right? It's about us. All right, I'll read a few more comments. It really is. It really is. It's not about being a Republican or a Democrat. It's about helping out. Oh, don't peek. I got to say it for you. Kamala, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. Loyal moderator. I still say that. Yeah. Uncle Charlie, what's going on? What do you know? What do you hear? What do you see? Uncle Charlie in the house. There you go, don't peek. I missed that area, Lori. $380 in this chat, 127 likes. Wow, thank you so much, guys. I really, really appreciate. I appreciate all the likes on my lives, on the short videos of helping out the homeless 90% of the time. Thank you so much for sharing those videos, getting those short, particularly now, what's going on to make homeless awareness and show people a 30-second, 10-second is great. Thank you, Lemon J. Appreciate it. I can't believe I still have a voice. I was raising my voice earlier. But anyhow, we got, thank you, Lemon J. We have plenty of short videos and showing 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 50 seconds of homelessness and what's happening, at least here in Las Vegas. So, thank you, Larry Adams. Appreciate you. Thank you, Lemon J. I do need some water, Frank. How'd you know? I got it right here. I got water. No, I'm not, Joshua. Appreciate your comments. Tired of winning? No. Ethan, no. I don't know what the hell you meant by that, Janine. No. Appreciate it, guys. Love it, Don't Peek. I miss that, Don't Peek, a lot. Kathy, I appreciate you so much. Each and every one of you when you can. It's not on those, Kathy. Thank you so much. Don't Peek, I missed that. I missed all those. But you're working. You got to work. Don't Peek say, I got to work. If I don't work, if we don't work, got to work. Yeah. Hey, welcome in, everybody. We've been on for about an hour and 19 minutes. Once again, if you haven't heard, Trump has got 800 National Guards and possibility of removing the homeless in Washington, in the parks and the streets, mostly located in front of the White House, around that area, to move them to a relocated, better environment. I'm hoping, although he didn't say those exact words, but I'm sure, as Maribel says, I'm sure his intentions are to do that. He used the analogies of this. If you go to Washington, my father, I quote, not my father, but his father, if you had a dirty door you don't go into that restaurant because most likely that dirty door has a dirty kitchen that leads to dirty, not good food. And he's using that to analyze. You go to Washington, you want it to be clean. So he is removing the homeless and not putting them in jail. And Republican-run states, like here in Vegas, in Nevada, here in Vegas, where homeless is heavy, they're gonna enforce that rule because I feed the homeless when I can, and my wife, and I'm seeing them not in that area, and they're putting fences up. I know I've said this multiple times for those who are coming in, and hoping that our city of Las Vegas will relocate them into better facilities. What we've been talking about for an hour and 20 minutes. Now, there was a lot of talk on this from Democrats, Republicans, Democrats disagreeing with Democrats, Republicans disagreeing with Republicans, humans disagreeing. In my opinion, they are human. We should never forget that. We should never, ever forget about our homeless, our vets, and do what we can, and to have a plan B or a plan C. And that's where we're at. And that's what we've been discussing for the last hour and 20 minutes. We're going to go another 5-10 minutes, and then I'm going to break it off. So I'll read a few more comments. And let's hope that we have a better day, and that's for everybody on here and the homeless, than they did today. But it's a very complex, and I thank you, Don't Peek. I understand. I used to be one of those people, and I'm being honest with you guys. A lot of you probably know me already. I would go down the street, and I would see some of these people, just like, needles, and I'm like, oh, and I still, and I would stay away, and it didn't help them. This is going back years ago, and I said, wait a minute, why am I walking away? Well, I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know if I don't have the work to rehab them, but you know what? I can feed them. What do? I don't want them to die, and I give them water. Let's help them, and that's what I do. But hold on, I can see, I have family members, not my wife, she agrees with me, my wife, on this. But I have other family members, and I love them, who say, no, don't help them. They're not wrong. I don't know, but I will. That's me. And, or drinking. They might have a beer, but most of them you'll find really want help. They really do. They really do. Most. And there's some who just don't. I wouldn't say they don't want to be anywhere else. Here's what I think. I think there's people out there who are afraid. They've been out in the streets so long that maybe they don't have no family left, meaning they just disown them. I'm not going to get on that subject. Who am I? But to say that, but they don't have any spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner. Okay. And they're scared. Like, where do I go? Even if they could make it, what do I do? Where do I start? And what do we do with those people? We should help them too. I mean, try to motivate them to get back to reality, So that's where I stand with that. And then, everybody has their mixed feelings on the drug part and the alcohol part. I get it. I really do. I can see both sides very easily. I'm just letting you know where I stand. All right, I'll read a few comments here. Once again, thank you for being here, guys. Ghost King says they're being abused. Welcome in, Ghost King. Richard, you're working very hard tonight. It must be pretty hectic. You and Janine and Mike M, Lemon J, and Don't Peek as the moderators, and Lori Wagner. Joshua, I hope you feel better. I missed what happened, but Lori, thank you for repeating that, or thank you for your caring and putting that in there. Appreciate everybody on here. Guys, if you're new, like and subscribe. We have great audience on here. Try not to pay attention to the little people. You're saying, well, who's the little people? I come up with little people, aka trolls. Just try to ignore them. We have moderators doing the best they can when they can see. But be free to interact the rest of this live, which is a few minutes, and on all the lives, whether you want to listen to me or not listen to me, but we have some great audience on here on both sides of the aisle, meaning Democrats, Republicans, Independents. We don't just cover politics. We cover the topic, breaking news and stories and that kind of stuff. But once again, I appreciate all new audience. We have a great subscribers here. Hey Sal, I've been getting notifications from earthquakes overseas all day. Even yes, and I was going to discuss that, Richard. In fact, Richard, my plans was to talk about that tonight, but I needed. Yes, I hear you. And we also talk about the weather, as Richard alluded to, earthquakes, change in weather. Some people say it's climate change. I don't know, but we discuss that as much as we can. And that's what we do each and every live on this channel, sometimes twice a day. Very rare twice a day, but at least once a day. And every now and then we do take a day off for a break. So that's what we do. If you're new, if you care, that's what we do on this channel. Appreciate the like and subscribing. I'm going to go a couple more minutes, like 5 more minutes, guys, and I'm going to break off. Lori's holding a #1 top fan tonight. Let me check that out. I don't check that out enough. Lori, Joshua's coming in #2. Lemon J #3. Ozzy's 4. Mike M was 5, and Larry Adams 6. Blue 740 was 7. Let's see here. 8 was MJ. 9 was Dorothy, and 10 was Ann MFH. Those were the ones in the top fans that you two put in, and to make it fun. And see who your top fans are here tonight. Interesting. I finally was able to utilize that. That's good. That's good. So, guys, we'll see what happens with this, Todd. How are you, Todd? Sanders, Trump 28. We'll see how this all works out and gets orchestrated from Donald Trump and Pam Bondi, because he did, and he called out Pam and some other names out there today, and we know this for a fact. Excuse me, crime is out of control, right, Mike M? Yes, Al. Crime is out of control. I've had incidents in my neighborhood. I'm sure it's out of control. So Judge Janine Badass, she's right. A lot of things that Trump says is right. I just think how he sometimes talks is not correct. But we got to do something on crime, and we do need to help out the homeless, but we need to make have a solution. Lisa Rodriguez stops in and says hello, and or Trump 28. I think everybody would agree that Trump, that crime is high. Crime is high, and I think I was going to say is a lot of us agree that Trump is trying. Even though he doesn't say things that I want. I'll speak for myself. Things that I like to hear him say in a better way. I'm only speaking for myself, not other MAGA. Somebody says crime is down. I can tell you this. I was going to say crime is down in Montana, but not even in Montana. They caught that guy. In Montana, a guy had a mass shooting at Al's Bar. He's in court today. I was going to cover that too. So crime's not down. Crime is up. Mental illness is up. So crime might be down in certain cities. I agree. Somebody said crime is down, but not down overall. It's simply not. Yep. All right. I'll read a few more here real quick. Somebody said Trump was going to make America broke. I don't think that's the case. That's one thing he's not going to do. It's so sad, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to go back and forth on crime. I just said it. Some cities and states, crime might be okay, but overall, crime has continued to rise. It's just, you can argue until there's more people, out of control governments, out of control administration, previous, a lot of things, right? So it's up there, but we need to work on that. It's up. And I don't know how high it is in Washington, but it's definitely up. Yeah. It's just up. It's up. It's just, you're seeing. I mean, if I wanted to, I think it was last night, real quick, before I go. Georgia had, last week, a teenage lost their life, gang related. Washington, I mean, almost every night there's there's crime or homicides, right? Vegas, people aren't coming here. Part of that reason, Lemon J alluded to the other night, I believe it was Lemon J, and crime. One of the reasons that people are on Fremont, gangs. We have YouTube shoot down in Vegas. We had crime in LA, Jersey, Philly. Even Utah. Well, wait a minute. There's a lot of Mormons. Yeah, they have crime too. Crime is rising, and it needs to be fixed. It needs to be. We can't have it. You don't want to be walking with your daughter, your grandson, your granddaughter, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, or whatever partner, and somebody coming up to you and mugging you. And I'm not referring to homeless, but I'm just referring to people in general, or even a homeless, or anybody. You can't have it. So one thing for sure, Trump is addressing that. The question is how he comes out and talks about it. That's my question. And have plans. So that's what we've been talking about. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to wrap things up. I got a movie to watch with my wife. Like you guys care. Thank you so much. Like and support. Appreciate other YouTube channels on content you like. Hit a like once in a while. It does help out the YouTube. Once again, I appreciate it. Complicated, complex situation here with the homeless. It hits me to the heart because I'm helping them out. I'm boots on ground every day, sometimes twice a day. I'm interact with these people as much as I can. Giving them homemade food. Sometimes it's McDonald's, a coffee, or water. Like Lemon J, I talk to them and I feel for them. Sometimes I'm risking my life, and I try to just talk to them like I'm talking to all of us, because I'm no better, and I don't know what tomorrow leads for me, but anyhow, once again, if you are homeless, you came across this, God bless you. You can always be better, be yourself, and you can be in a better environment. And if you're struggling, anybody on here tonight, remember, this will pass. Tomorrow will be better. God bless you and your family. Thank you for all the love and support. See you on the next live. Take care, moderators. Take care, everybody. All new subscribers. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. God bless. Don't peek. Thank you. Appreciate you. What's wrong? What's wrong, boy? 142. Thank you, Lemon J. All right, guys. I'm going to get into something comfortable. Take care, guys. Thank you.